headlines first. With its upgradation to 200-bedded hospital, Bishnupur District Hospital will now be able to provide better medical services, asserts hospital committee member. Hello, very good afternoon, and you're watching Pm-Istv English News. I'm Priyalakshmi Langpoklakpam. Now the news in detail. Member of Bishnupur District Hospital Committee, Moirangthim Bilki, maintained that the 50-bedded District Hospital Bishnupur, a vital healthcare institution catering not only to the people of the district but also to neighboring areas, has been granted approval for upgradation to a 200-bedded hospital by the Manipur government on December 11th. Following the upgrade, he has assured that the hospital will now be able to provide effective and better medical services. CMO Bishnupur, Dr. L. Rai Chandra, Medical Superintendent, Dr. K.A. Satyabala and Hospital Committee member, and Bimula too were present at the press briefing. Moirangthim Bilki further stated that there was a time when the hospital severely lacked infrastructure, specialist doctors and manpower, causing significant inconvenience in the delivery of quality healthcare services. However, with sustained support and efforts from the local MLA, CMO, local CSOs, Bal Bishnupur, Medical Superintendent and the Management Committee, the hospital has witnessed marked improvement, including the deployment of various specialist doctors, enabling smooth and effective functioning, he said. With the approval granted by the Planning Department of December 1 to upgrade the hospital to 200 beds, he said the long-standing demand for enhanced manpower and infrastructure would now be addressed.
Honorable MLA Siri Gopindas Kontokjamgi Magi Asoba Koigi Mating Yawi Hajibatare, the Medical Superintendent, Medical Officer Makoi Lising Makada, District Hospital Management Committee, Medical Superintendent Lising Maka, Medical Akoigi Dr. Rai Chandra, Makoiga Loin, Kan Honazari Haraga, Pamung Yankai Labita Konesa, what upon a tick tanba Akona, Mating Harapi Hajarubusu, Pamung Yankai Pibusum, the Director of Pistaki, Masidi Koigi, District Hospital C, Pamung Yankai. Pamu Sanida Planning Department upgrade Tobada Ayaba December Gitang Amadagi order Tokire, Masi Pangam Honabada Kogi Matem Pangi Medical Directorate Planning Department Government Mari Lainaba MLA City Gopindas Kontokjam Loina Bishnupur Akoiba Pumbalu Bal Adigi Lanai Puxel Saurbi Sing Amte Topasio Sing Pamu Sanida aggression Tolaba Matem Pangi Quai Kibipu Hospital Management Committee, the Medical Officer, Medical Superintendent, Makaidagi, Tagatpa, Hondoksiri.
MLA of Sagolban Assembly constituency R.K. Imo inaugurated and handed over newly constructed urban primary health center in the constituency. Addressing the gathering, MLA R.K. Imo expressed happiness to have handed over the newly built urban primary health center to the denizens. He also thanked the elderly residents, people of the constituency, councillor and health officer for their overwhelming support in setting up the health center. He continued that the health center will provide medical care for people of Sagolban as well as the people of neighboring constituencies. The MLA also spoke about the various developmental programs initiated for the welfare of Sagolban.
Tongni hari wakan khare sudah minaraga koi junction minai hai khajai aduna madugi hasabado mangan dana koi haba pangtok seriba hai bor meya da RTI kharaga haba kalai da kari local area ki haba sugi natraga sabol bandi kalai ki sugi natraga atai MLA kalai sugi na yang koi na thengazari adu chahi tara mai surappa sabol bandi se RTI kharsu Lodi na yang mau lete, aku hanya konduk secara pelajar, yang dokter ise si aku si na kamu si na mayami, konduk seperti.
One-day national seminar on the poet Laishram Samarendra's birth centenary was conducted by Cultural Forum Manipur at GP Women's College. Former convener, Manipur Language Advisory Board, Sahitya Academy Awardee, New Delhi, Professor Huirem Birhari, President of Cultural Forum Manipur, Professor Koizam Santibala, and many students attended the seminar. Speaking on the occasion, former convener, Manipur Language Advisory Board, Sahitya Academy, New Delhi, Professor Huirem Birhari recalled the immense contribution of Kavi Laishram Samarendra to Cultural Forum Manipur during his tenure as the president of the forum. He also remembered Laishram Samarendra as a legendary poet, and he was conferred the first Professor Manihar Lifetime Achievement Award in 2014.
Cultural policy adumma mishabani mayamna khawai malai pai mari hamalai 1960 obiga wa dai ke ragai madu yi ba dai ki masam ki pa.
Youth Development Center Club YDCC of Kairao Bitra celebrated its 46th Foundation Day at Kairao Maibam Lempak. MLA of Kairao Assembly Constituency Laurimbam Rameshwar, President of YDCC P. Maipak, Fishery Director T. Fulen, Senior Administrative Officer Water Resource Department S. Kunjakeshwar, and Director of Settlement and Land Record Department David Elangbam to attend the celebration. The attendees paid floral tributes to the photos of the late founder members and members of the club. Painting and AC competitions were held for students, and the winners were presented with prizes. Speaking on the occasion, MLA Laurimbam Rameshwar appreciated the crucial role of YDCC in the development of the locality. He then made assurance to build a local community hall at Kairao Bitra, Kunau.
Lakai asida ni tong methalok Kairao gyona January horpada Kairao Kunau da I local area phadagi committee hall ama sana ba leya sanction tawre yam hatak live chai ahu bujida masima sana honarage aduga panthoi bigi laibung na sare ba khoi maya gi mauto bodo ayama lo self flooring khawale adu damajo khoi hatak live walking fire da kano khoi lai chalong kapale ai ni pam adu na ba ki sisu January I chai manum haita angan ba sai da lai thom nang na ba simag lotion jage haina halaman sing da sum problem jabane.
Loitongbam Ibopi, a film producer from Yaripok Market, presented uniforms to two VDA personnel attached to Yaripok Police Station Traffic, acknowledging their dedicated service. The event was attended by Yaripok PS OC in charge Inspector N. Suresh and filmmaker R. PK Prem Kumar Paunam. The film producer handed over the uniforms to VDA personnel M. Ronil and H. Ajit, expressing gratitude for their efforts in managing traffic and ensuring safety at Yaripok Market, a high traffic area prone to accidents. He also mentioned that similar presentations were given in the year 2022 to some VDA personnel and assured continued support in the years to come. Inspector N. Suresh appealed to the public to cooperate with the traffic personnel in maintaining order and safety.
Oina mogi duty apen bapok padagi puning thagot pa oina mokogi damakta uniform khara aina sahi gi oina tawjabani adu tungda su sumba sudum chabase yengjaraga aina matungda su henna pijagani haibagi asada aina tawjabani.
Manipur police seized a large number of IMFL and DIC liquor from Kakching Lamkhai area under Kakching police station in Kakching district. Giving you some national news, India has said the unremitting hostility against minorities in Bangladesh is a matter of grave concern. Briefing media in New Delhi, External Affairs Minister spokesperson Randhir Jaiswal said, India condemns the recent gruesome killing of a Hindu youth in the Maimen Singh city of Bangladesh, and the perpetrators of the crime must be brought to justice. He added that over 2,900 incidents of violence against minorities, including cases of killings, arson and land grabbing, have been documented by independent sources during the tenure of the interim government in Bangladesh. He added that these incidents cannot be brushed aside as mere media exaggeration or dismissed as political violence. Replying to another query on upcoming polls in Bangladesh, Randhir Jaiswal said India supports free, fair, inclusive and participatory elections in Bangladesh. The parliamentary elections in the neighboring country are scheduled to take place on the 12th of February. On the H-1B visa issue, the External Affairs Ministry spokesperson said India remains actively engaged with the US to address and minimize the disruptions caused to Indian nationals holding H-1B visas. He said the government have received multiple representations from Indian nationals facing delays and difficulties in scheduling or rescheduling US visa appointments. An inquiry committee headed by Joint Director General of Directorate General of Civil Aviation Sanjay K. Brahmane has submitted its report on operational disruptions of Indigo flights. The committee was constituted on 5th December to conduct a comprehensive review and assessment of the circumstances that led to the massive flight disruptions across the country. The report was submitted yesterday evening by 4-panel committee. The GCA constituted a 4-member committee to assess Indigo's adequacy of manpower planning, fluctuating rostering systems and implementation preparedness. They were also asked to identify the underlying causes leading to widespread operational disruptions. The aviation regulator body also instructed the committee to ascertain the accountability and responsibility for planning failures that led to the breakdown of operational stability. And in international news, Thailand and Cambodia have signed a ceasefire agreement to halt fighting along their disputed border. Thai Defence Minister Nathapong Nakpanik and Cambodian Deputy Prime Minister and Defence Minister Tay Seha signed the agreement today at the border checkpoint in Thailand's Chanthaburi province. Both countries agreed on a joint statement during a special meeting of their border committee. Clashes had intensified earlier this month after a July ceasefire collapse. The fighting involved artillery, rocket fire and air operations, particularly near the Dangrik mountain range along the Thailand-Cambodia border. The dispute centers on long contested border areas, including zones near the Preha Vihaar temple, while the International Court of Justice ruled in 1962 that the temple belongs to Cambodia. Surrounding land claims remain unresolved. The recent violence led to military casualties and displaced thousands of civilians on both sides. ASEAN has urged restraint and a return to dialogue to restore stability in the region. The Ukrainian capital, Kyiv, came under a massive Russian attack in the early hours today, with explosions sounding in the city and air defenses in operation. Media reports said that Russia launched several Kinzhal hypersonic missiles, 4 Iskander ballistic missiles and a group of Caliber cruise missiles. Several explosions were heard across the capital and power outages were reported in Brovary, a suburban town of Kyiv and surrounding areas. The attack came just a day before a meeting between Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and US President Donald Trump, which is set to take place in Florida on the weekend to discuss the details of an accord aimed at settling the nearly 4-year-old war with Russia. Well, before we end this bulletin, the headlines once again. With its upgradation to 200-bedded hospital, Bishnupur District Hospital will now be able to provide better medical services, asserts hospital committee member. Well, that's all we have in this bulletin. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great afternoon.